Have you ever wondered how capitalism, despite its inherent contradictions, seems to continuously expand and reproduce itself on a global scale? Rosa Luxemburg, a pivotal Marxist theorist, offered a profound critique of Karl Marx's understanding of capitalist reproduction. She argued that Marx's models, while groundbreaking, were too abstract and confined to an ideal, purely capitalist system. Her central point was that capitalism cannot sustain itself merely by circulating capital and commodities internally among capitalists and workers. Instead, it inherently requires external, non-capitalist sectors for its continuous growth and survival. The core of her argument lies in Marx's schemes of reproduction, detailed in Capital Volume 2. These schemes illustrate how capital reproduces itself, distinguishing between simple reproduction, where the surplus value is consumed, and extended reproduction, where part of the surplus value is reinvested. However, these models primarily assume a closed system where all production and consumption occur within the capitalist sphere. Luxemburg questioned how, in a purely capitalist system, the entire surplus value, and even portions of constant capital goods, could be realized if capitalists were only selling to other capitalists and their own workers. She concluded that there must be an external outlet, a non-capitalist realm, to absorb this surplus and allow for accumulation. This critique significantly alters our understanding of capitalism's dynamics. It highlights the system's intrinsic drive toward aggressive expansion beyond its established borders. Luxemburg's perspective shows that imperialism is not merely a policy choice but a fundamental economic necessity for capitalist accumulation. It explains why capitalism constantly seeks new markets, new sources of raw materials, and new labor pools in areas not yet fully integrated into its logic, thus predicting the global reach and inherent crises when these non-capitalist spheres become exhausted. Luxemburg elaborated on these ideas in her seminal work, The Accumulation of Capital. She redefined the concept of primitive accumulation, originally described by Marx as a historical prelude to capitalism, into an ongoing, continuous process. For Luxemburg, primitive accumulation is not just about the initial dispossession of peasants from land. It is a perpetual act of seizing resources and markets from non-capitalist or pre-capitalist sectors, integrating them into the capitalist economy, and thereby creating new avenues for the realization of surplus value. This can be seen in historical colonial expansion, but also in modern processes like the privatization of public services or the commodification of natural resources. In essence, Luxemburg provides a more dynamic, geographically expansive, and ultimately parasitic view of capitalism. Her critique moves beyond an internal analysis of capitalist relations to emphasize its necessary interaction with and exploitation of external sectors. This offers a powerful lens for analyzing capitalism's historical expansion, its inherent imperialist tendencies, and the persistent crises that arise from its insatiable need for new territories to conquer and new populations to incorporate.